You never know if you love him, if you don't show some sign. Amen. If you really love the Lord, you got to show some sign every now and then. This thing is not for us to keep to ourselves, but to tell somebody. Amen. We show off everything else. Why not show off Jesus? Can I get in there? You buy something new, you want to show it off. You get a new car, you want to show it off. Can I get a witness here? You even have a house warming when you get a new house. Can I get a witness here? You even have a party when you burn the mortgage. So why not show off Jesus? Let the world know that you love the Lord. Amen. In the book of Acts, the 16th chapter of the book of Acts, verses 27 and 28. Amen. 27 and 28. The 16th chapter of the book of Acts. In those two verses, 27 and 28, it says, "And the keeper of the prison awakened out of his sleep, and seeing the prison door open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisoner had been fled. But Paul cried with a loud voice, saying, Do thyself no harm, for we are all here." Amen. Let's talk tonight about, from these two verses. I don't know who you're going to need, but you're going to need somebody. Amen. I don't know who you're going to need, but you're going to need somebody. It don't matter who you are in this world. You can't live in this world all by yourself. Is that right? Amen. You're going to need somebody. So we need to be careful how we treat folks. The very one that we talk about might be the very one that we need to give a glass of water. Amen. You're gonna need somebody. We sing a song about, I got Jesus, and that's enough. But I come to let you know that you're going to need more than Jesus in this world. Jesus ain't coming down to cook you nothing to eat. When you're on your sick bed, you're going to need somebody. Amen. To give you just a piece of toast. Jesus ain't coming down to cook you no meal. Is that right? Y'all do believe that, don't you? Come on now. Is that right? Amen. Last two nights we talked about make some noise up in here. Can I get a witness here? Amen. You got to keep the noise going. Is that right? So you're going to need somebody. I don't care who you are. I don't care about your bank account. I don't care whether you're rich or poor. You're going to need somebody. Is that right? When trouble comes, you're going to need somebody. You're going to need a human shoulder to lay your head on. I'm not taking away anything from prayer. I know there's power in prayer. And I know prayer changes things. But you're going to need somebody just to hear your trouble. You're going to need somebody to come by with a tissue every now and then and wipe the tears from your very own eye. You're going to need somebody. For folks to live life, they can make it on their own. They headed for a hard time because you're going to need somebody. And I heard folks say, I don't need nobody. But you're going to need somebody. Is that right? You might not need me, but you're going to need somebody. I might not need you, but I'm going to need somebody. I don't. You never know who you're gonna need, but you're gonna need somebody as you pass along this way. Is that right? The very one you knock down might be the very one come to your rescue. The very one that you close the door in their face might be the very one that you need. You never know who you're going to need to help you put your own clothes on. Is that right? What good would money be to you? And you can't feed yourself. Is that right? What good? What good with a brand new automobile and somebody else got to drive it for you? What good with all of those hats in the closet? Amen. Can I get a witness here? And you can't even comb your own hair. What good is it? What good is all of those shoes? And you can't even walk. You're going to need somebody. Ain't nothing wrong with having good things. But be thankful for everything. It don't matter if it's big or small, be thankful. Because we're certainly there in needed time. And everybody here needs something. Is that right? We might not need the same thing, but we need something. Is that right? You're going to need somebody to sell you a piece of bread in a grocery store. You ain't got no farm in your backyard. You're going to need somebody to sell you that chicken to cook the chicken wings. You're going to need somebody. Can I get a witness here? You're going to need somebody to sell you the flour and the egg to cook that coconut cake. You're going to need somebody. Can I get a witness here? I want you to understand, you can't make it by yourself. I don't care how much money you got. You're going to need somebody. Is that right? I wasn't born with glasses. Is that right? When time set in, your eyesight get dim. How many of us here that wear glasses and couldn't find our glasses because we had them on? Can I get a witness here? Is that right? Couldn't find our car keys because we had them in our pocket. Can I get a witness here? We're going to need somebody. Sometimes I need somebody just tell me your glasses is on your head. You're going to need somebody. If somebody hadn't told me that, I'd probably still be wandering around. Why you move my glasses? And all the while, it was on my head. You're going to need somebody. I don't care who you are. You're going to need somebody. So we can't be too stuck up. We got to come down off of our high horse. We got to come down to the level of humanity. Because we're going to need somebody. You may be riding high now, but the storm will come. You're not going to just walk out of here into heaven. Heartaches will come. Problems will come. Tears will fall. Storm will rise. And you're going to need somebody. It's bad to live all alone. Can I get a witness here? It's bad to live in a house all by yourself. People put their parents in a nursing home and don't even go by to say hello. Can I get a witness here? They need somebody. One day we're going to get old too. Is that right? And we're going to need our children. And what goes around, come around. When it rains, it pours. Be careful how you treat your children. Because when they get older too, Children don't want us to live with them. Can I get a witness here? Is that right? And I'm not sure I want to live with them. Is that right? If I'm going to pay for something, I'd rather pay it in my own house. Because I'm sure if I move in with them, I'm going to have to pay something. But while they living with me, they don't feel like they want to pay anything. But oh, how time has brought about a change. Is that right? But when this jailer woke up out of his sleep, I want you to understand, Paul and Silas were beaten. Didn't even have a friend. It's bad to live and don't have a friend. There's a difference between associate and friend. If you are my friend, you my friend today as well as tomorrow. If you are my friend, we may have a different opinion, but you're still my friend. If I say something you don't like, we can talk about it and we still will be friends. But Paul and Silas, it was in jail, in an old dark, cold